What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to some more Littleroot laddering. For those who don't know, Blaziken is by far my favorite Pokemon. It has been forever, since, it came out in Ruby and Sapphire. It was my first starter then, and it has continued to always just be one of my favorite Pokemon. Metagross is also in that same ballpark where it is probably like 2 or 3 and like if we were to rank my favorite Pokemon of all time. And so this is a team idea that I had come up with and played in a dojo match against Justified Joe a few weeks back, where we had Swords Dance and Speed Boost Blaziken, and I was originally baton passing them into Metagross. Metagross being very powerful and giving it I think I was originally doing bulk up because I wanted the defense boost on Metagross. Weakness policy felt like a natural item to be put on Metagross, and so that's where Spectre came in to bulldoze to be able to proc policy to boost our Metagross even more, lowering our opponent's speed, letting Metagross potentially outspeed them the following turn, right? That team was rough. It was really rough around the edges. I sent the idea to Carl, and this is what he came up with. I just played a match for the dojo against Spinnerack today, and this team's very, very cool. This team has a lot of things going on it, and I think it's really important that we go ahead and just kind of break all this down. So, Choice Scarf Spectre here is able to do a couple different things, notably Bulldoze to proc policy on Metagross, as well as being an additional form of speed control, Shadow Ball to be able to outspeed and potentially OHKO most Fluttermanes, if I remember correctly, and then Snarl and Dark Pulse are just extra stat moves. Notably, we are Terra Stellar because Shadow Ball is going to be absurd once we get Terra Boost on it, as well as Dark Pulse getting that boost as well. Choice Scarf Terra Stellar is probably a little weird on surface value, but being able to get a boost on whatever move I need to lock in on the first time can really just be enough of an output of damage that Spectre's Terra here makes a lot of sense. Blaziken still being able to get your speed boost from your ability, as well, and protect speed boost means you're going to be able to outspeed some things, not enough. That's where the problem is you need 2 turns with speed boost to really be able to start outpacing a lot of the top meta threats. Hence why we have multiple forms of fake out here as well, with Rillaboom and Grimmsnarl. You'll notice we've dropped the Baton Pass. Blaziken can just hit really hard if we get a single Swords Dance up. It really is able to just output a lot of damage from that point forward. Being able to really outpace your opponent's speed with Blaziken is something that is really noticeable once you are able to do so. Metagross, being able to have its policy procced on just a switch in, or being able to bulldoze yourself, is a lot of damage output with +2 bullet punches hit absurdly hard. Notably, we're Terra Fire here, so that we can ignore Blazing Bulwark, as well as just Will-O-Wisp that might be running around. And then the last really key piece of this team that we should probably talk about is Grimmsnarl and Latias here. Latias having Tailwind as well as Helping Hand means that you're able to output a lot of damage with whatever you're paired next with it. So Tailwind is really important next to Metagross to be able to help you outpace your opponent. Helping Hand, on the other hand, helps basically everyone on this team be able to pick up KOs that they otherwise wouldn't. From there, you just have Rocky Helmet to be able to potentially switch in on those multi-hit moves coming off from Urshifu, as well as Mist Ball and Ice Beam for just additional coverage attacks. Grimmsnarl, I think, is also very important on this team. Originally, I thought it was Screens when Carl first sent me the team, but Parting Shot as well as Thunder Wave is really in a good position for Grimmsnarl, I think, currently. Being able to lower your opponent's damage output on a team without Intimidate here, I think, is very good, as well as an additional form of speed control here in Thunder Wave. So if you look, we have 4 terms of speed control here between Bulldoze, Thunder Wave, Tailwind, and then Speed Boost on Blaziken, as well as Fake Out to be able to pressure them that way as well. So this team's able to go really fast when it needs to, and it's a very hyper offensive team on surface level, which is exactly what style of play I like to do, and I think that is something that you're going to be very evident in the games that we play today. I think we're fairly close to being able to hit Master Ball this season. I'm hoping that we do so in this video, if not sometime this week. Rental code is up in the top right hand corner as always, and huge shout outs to Carl for not only taking my wild idea and making it viable, but just for all the work that he has done this season to really help us out. With all the editing and all the team building and everything he has done, it's really just been fantastic support. So we're going to go ahead and jump on in on the ladder and see what we can do today. Okay, so this is kind of exactly what we want to see with this team. If we can deal with their like priority moves, Blaziken kind of goes wild here. So I say that, but like, man, they have a lot of priority moves. Metagross Spectre seems really interesting up front. Notably, we can Terra and still Bulldoze and be able to proc Policy, which is not something we had talked about in the intro, but I think is very important to note. They could just Sucker Punch my Spectre, and then we're probably dead, though, if they lead Qianpao plus Entei. I think I want Rilla and or Grimmsnarl up front to be able to pressure them. And I think if we're doing that, I want to pair it next to Blaziken. I think Rilla Blaziken seems really interesting up front with like Metagross Spectre in the back. This leaves me a little weak to Lando, I think. Well, I say that, but I have a clear Amulet and a clear Body Bond, but like physically not in a great position. I think I'm actually going to go Latias plus Metagross in the back, strictly because I want to be able to Ice Beam down the Lando and the Raging Bolt. Alright. Flutter Mane and Flutter Mane plus Ogerpon up front here. So this is probably a Woodhammer plus Protect angle here. And then next turn I can like Grassy Glide plus Flare Blitz into the Ogerpon. I don't want to go for Fake Out this turn because they could go for a Spiky Shield, and I think that just doing extra damage here into the like picking up the Flutter Mane, I think, is more important than like preventing the Ogerpon from attacking. Okay, they're gonna withdraw. This could be like Entei coming in. Could be Lando coming in. If it's Lando, I feel pretty okay. It is Entei. Not a great attack here for us, but that's still fine. I think I need to preserve Rillaboom more. They're gonna just Ivy Cudgel into the Blaziken. I can Terra away and into a resist on that next turn if need be. It's alright damage. That is actually alright damage. So this could be like Stomping Tantrum, it could be E-Speed coming out here. I think I just want to... Man, if this is a Sacred Fire coming out, we're not... I don't love that. I think I'm just going to U-turn off of this. Terra and go for a CC into the Entei. I might lose Blaziken here, but I think that's fine. Like, if I get the defense drop and then, like, Ivy Cudgel might be enough. Probably not, right? -1 on a resisted hit. As long as they don't crit, I think we're fine. That's Sacred Fire. We're not great. Alright, well, thanks. Yeah, this turn went off with, like, just perfect play here. Literal, like, exactly what we wanted to have happen. Blaziken outsped the Entei. We were able to deal with the Entei before it was a threat. So, you turn off the Ogerpon. Gonna bring in... What do I want to bring in here? Could bring in Latias. I don't think I need Latias right now. I think I just want to go Metagross. I think preserving Rillaboom to deal with their to deal with the Flutter Mane in the back is pretty okay and where we want to be. And it's just going to be the Flutter Mane coming back in. Notably, we haven't seen booster from the Flutter Mane, so they are specs most likely. I could just protect and go for a Flare Blitz into that slot. It gets punished by them swapping into Raging Bolt. I don't think I want to protect Metagross here, actually. I think I'm just going to Psychic Fangs here. And I think I am just going to go for a Flare Blitz. Okay, that's still just fine. I'm going to pick up the Ogerpon now. Unfortunately, it's not enough. But I think this is just fine. They're going to proc my policy. No, they're not. They're going to Oko my Metagross. That's fine. That is actually fine. So I'm going to bring out Rillaboom here. I'm going to go Grassy Glide Flare Blitz into the Flutter. Because if they go for Follow Me, Grassy Glide's going to be enough to KO. 2 turns of terrain left. So picking up this turn is very important. Yeah, they go for a Spiky Shield, so they're going to lose their Flutter here. Perfect. And because that wasn't enough to KO, I'm not going to take a bunch of recoil off that Flare Blitz either. So the real question is what is your last Mon? If it's Chien-Pao, I can pivot Blaziken out, or go for a Protect this turn, and pivot out the Rillaboom. Your turn's probably enough to KO the Ogerpon if this is Chien-Pao coming out. Perfect. Sucker should not be enough to KO here, so I think just pivoting Blaziken out here is fine. I'm going to lose all my speed boosts, but I'm also going to get rid of those defense drops. And if they're going to try to sucker that slot, I would rather that not happen. I could just go for a Protect to prevent those sucker punches from going off. And then bring in Latias that next turn, but I think this play is fine. Unfortunately, Latias doesn't really have a great way of hitting the Chien-Pao. Okay, we are going to see a Terra here. This could be like Terra Ghost. Be Terra Dark. Stellar Terror. Okay. Also expected resist, so Spiky Shield fails. That's very good for us. Could be Ice Bender. No, it's just going to be Sucker. And because Blaziken enters the field off of U-turn, I believe it sees that it's on the field when the turn ends, so it gets a speed boost. Is that how this works? Yeah, because we get a Grassy Train recovery. We should get a speed boost, right? No. Okay. Well, I'm going to Swords Dance. And I'm going to Ice Beam to break the sash. Yeah, okay. Perfect. Because I can I can pivot in, get a fake out off, break their sash that way, and then like I just had to play around not dying to Sucker, but because I have two attackers, then we're just fine. Yeah, that's literally exactly what we wanted to see from that game, so. One away. One away. Okay. So we got sun stuff going on here. Serena is interesting. What's with all the Great Tusk I've seen the last couple days? That's interesting. What do I want to do here? Fake Out doesn't seem particularly great because they could be Covert Cloak on the Torn. I think Blaziken is king. I just need a solid way of dealing with Walking Wake, I think. Which, like, a Swords Dance boosted close combat's probably enough. So let's do Blaziken Man, Rillaboom looks really good here too, outside of exactly Serena. Like Entei as well, but I mean, I think this is Rilla. Maybe Spectre Metagross to round it out. Like a single boost on Spectre, and I think we just go wild. Them having Great Tusk makes me think they're most likely Sash on it, so they are going to be Covert on Tornadus. AV's probably on Entei or Serena. Could be Specs or Life Orb on the Walking Wake. Probably Life Orb, and you want Specs on Flutter. Could be Booster Flutter too. Guess we're going to find out. So I could Terra Grass Rillaboom here and go for a Grassy Glide to KO. Yeah, they are Specs. So I think this is Protect. I don't think I need to actually Protect. I think I can safely get a Sword Stance off here. Man. If they just attack with Tornadus, it's really bad. I don't have a good switch in for that. This is going to seem aggressive, but I'm going to Terra Water. Grassy Glide's not enough to KO the Rip. We're going to just smack. I'm AV on Rilla. We're going to live this hit. Terra Fairy. Terra Fire? What are you doing? Oh, that's really bad for me. Is it? Like, Blaziken has no way of hitting that now. Oh, wait, what am I talking about? They're not Ghost type anymore. I can close combat there. Blaziken's also faster than their Flutter. They go for Bleak Wind. Blaziken obviously dodges. They get the speed drop on Rilla. How slow is their... Are they setting Trick Room? Are they Trick Rooming with Fluttermane here? That's a choice. Because now I just bring out Metagross and, like, what do you do? I'm going to protect Blaziken this turn. And I'm going to Psychic Fangs into the Flutter. They could protect Flutter this turn. Well, they could swap Flutter out. If they're not... What is their item on Flutter if... Because I can't imagine there's Specs choice... like, there's Specs Trick Room. Yeah, special attack, but they're going to lose their Flutter here. Great Tusk comes out. Metagross can live a hit from that, right? I think I'm going to Flare Blitz. I think I'm going to Flare Blitz into the Torn. I'm just going to go for Psychic Fangs into Great Tusk. I cannot live a hit. Okay, we're probably dead. This has been a wild game, and I don't fully understand what my opponent was doing. I am going to lose Blaziken here, but they're going to lose their Tornadus, so... yeah, I'm pretty sure we're dead. We need high horsepower to miss, like, twice. Yeah, I'm not feeling great about this one. I don't see how we win this game. I mean, I'm going to play it out because, like, sure, why not? They have knockoff. Okay, you got it. Yeah, I didn't expect that game to last more than a turn anyway. What was their item on Flutter, then? Why were they... Trick Room Flutter next to their Torn was wild. I genuinely did not expect that. But, I mean, that's, like, best of one ladder, right? Like, that's just what you lean to expect. So, sure. Terracot, okay. Now we're rocking and rolling here. I think this is a Metagross Spectre kind of game, if I've ever seen one. Because I can... Bullet Punch plus Shadow Ball the Whimsicott to KO before they get off a beat up. I want Rillaboom to be able to deal with their Terrakion as well as just like hitting everything fairly well. Probably Dark Fu here. I want Blaziken to round this out. Blaziken's not great into Lando and Terrakion. Single speed boost, and I'm good, though. Do I want Latias? Do I want Grim? I don't think Grim's very good here. I think I want Latias. Let's ship it. This seems really cool. I like what our opponent's doing here. Opponent with the shiny Eevee in their picture. I respect it. Yeah, I'm assuming... Yep, exactly. So we're gonna punish them. They're gonna set... They could set Tailwind here. Which if they do, the correct play is to target down the Terrakion then. I think I'm just gonna try to prevent the beat up. They could, like, protect this turn. They could just attack. If they go for Tailwind, it's very bad. Please go for beat up. Please go for beat up. Speaking of beat up stuff, make sure you check out Friday's video. I believe this is going to come out on Wednesday. Check out Friday's video, where we're going to be doing even cooler stuff than our opponent is. So make sure you check that out. Alright, no beat up, but Tailwind does come out. And we are going to get a special attack boost here thanks to Grimnay. Doesn't really mean anything when they can just like Rock Slide and make my day sad. Here comes Lando. Is this a double swap kind of angle? Okay, what is... I need to know Terrakion's speed. .108. I'm 130. They should outspeed me with Tailwind up. I I think this is Latias left. Rilla right. Okay. Oh, Instant coming in here is great because this Intimidate does literally nothing. I'm anticipating an Earth Power into the Metagross slot, so swapping it out into Latias seems very good for us. Now they could go for like a Sludge Bomb into my Rilla slot this next turn. It's just Sandsear Storm. Okay. They could fake out. They could... what are they going to do? Two turns of Tailwind left on their end? Yep. They should go for fake outs. I don't think they have anything that can actually take Latias out here. I'm going to Ice Beam, and I'm going to fake out their Lando. I'm anticipating them to fake out my... go for a fake out into my Rilla here. Fair Poison. Really bad had I gone for Mist Ball. They could also just be going for a fake out into that slot. Yeah, they're going to just try to take Rilla out this turn, and that's completely fine. I could have gone for Tailwind, and then I have speed priority the rest of the game. But I think the correct way... I could have also swapped Rillaboom out into Metagross. And gone for a Mist Ball there, anticipating the Sludge Bomb. Freeze? Never lucky. So I'm going to bring out Metagross now. And Mist Ball. Do I want to set Tailwind? Do I need to set Tailwind this game? I don't think I do. I'm just going to miss... Oh, man. This is really bad. They could have Dark coverage on Instant here with, like, Knockoff. I like this play a lot. I like this play a lot. And we will protect. So if they go for a Sludge Bomb into my Latias, I'm turning Terra Steel, so it's not going to be effective. So Lando should go down this turn. Then their Tailwind is over. This should be like... This could be a Flare Blitz or a knockoff. Okay, they do fear the Metagross. And I still outspeed their Insect too. Crazy. Lando goes down. That's very good. Leave the support Mons by themselves. No, I say that, but, you know, I literally turn one went for a KO into their Metagross. I mean, into their Whimsicott. So, miss? Dang, never lucky. Notably, that's going to proc my Policy. That was their last turn of Tailwind? Yes, okay. I still have Rilla in the back. No, I do not. I have Spectre in the back. So priority is the Ensign. Is it? It's not. This is really bad if they protect. But why would they... I think splitting my damage here is correct. Okay, they don't protect, but he's a -1 Mist Ball, and it still does how much? A Sacred Sword is going to be able to take out my Latias, but they're going to take Rocky Helmet Chip. And it's going to put them in Shadow Ball range. Or Bullet Punch range. It's good damage. Flare Blitz shouldn't be enough to KO. No burn. Thank you. And the fact that I outspeed their instant here is obviously very good for us. We take a bunch of recoil there as well. Unfortunately enough to put them in citrus range. But I still think that's within Stomping Tantrum range here. It's a shame I've already Terra'd because I really wanted to see the Terra, the Stellar Terra on the Spectre here, but it's fine. We are just going to Shadow Ball here. Stomping Tantrum here. Their out to winning this game is protect, and then hope Stomping Tantrum's not enough to KO Ensign. Upper hand? Trying to KO my Metagross? Stop it. But this should be GG. Because I outspeed their instant, so even if they take me out... Okay, I just take them out this turn. So, had they taken out my Metagross, had they lived, it puts them in Shadow Ball range from a +1 Shadow Ball. So, there's no dark physical spread move that Ensign gets access to there to punish us. So, that felt really clean. I think we played that game pretty okay. I think the one thing I could have done differently is read the Sludge Bomb into Rillaboom and swap into Metagross there and just blank another turn. I think had we done that, we're in a very, very good position as opposed to just a good position. So, yeah. So what did we learn today? I think Metagross and Blaziken actually have a very unique position in this current format. I think with the evolution that we saw in Charlotte this past week, at the time of recording this past week, Farigiraf has become way more popular because of all of the priority moves that have started to take effect into the metagame. I think a natural evolution of said metagame is to move away from priority moves, which is what threatens Blaziken severely, right? Being able to just have speed boost and be the fastest thing on the field makes Blaziken very appealing. Once you get like a single sword stance up, you can just do a ton of damage. Having access to multiple forms of like protection and fake out, as well as just like having Tailwind and Helping Hand from Latias to increase your speed and your damage output respectively. Blaziken can do a lot. I legitimately think like it's been a very long time since I've seen a format so forgiving towards Blaziken. Metagross, on the other hand, is in a very unique position because it threatens a lot of the big meta threats in ways that other mons don't. With a weakness policy, you're able to take a hit and then just do a ton of damage back to them, as we saw in that last game, right? With the instant. Fortunately, we actually I guess unfortunately in a way, we outsped the instant in that last game because had we not, we would have taken the Flare Blitz, got our policy, and then Stomping Tantrum would have probably just KO'd them there because their Citrus Berry would have been eaten because it was off of their recoil. I think this is a team that is very well put together. I seriously cannot thank Carl enough for the amount of effort he put in to make this a viable team. And this is probably what I have a local next Saturday. I'm probably going to play this if I end up going, which chances are I will. So this seems sick. I love it. And pick it up and go play. We need to see more Blaziken on ladder. So that's going to be it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you later in the week with some more Littleroot laddering. Have a good one. Peace.